Hey guys, it's Ceruli and Jake bringing to you another episode of Fire Emblem Engage. In the last episode, we were informed of some interesting details about our main character here. It turns out, we're not born a divine dragon, but rather became one. But ultimately decided that that's no excuse. We're going to continue on. But now we need to rush back to Lethos to save the day from the fell dragon who's gonna, I don't know, destroy our homeland or something. But I'm sure he will be nice enough to wait a little while because we have some paralogs to do, of course. He's a gentleman like that. So let's check out what we got in the well. We got another expert book. Good stuff, good stuff. Another, like, this is basically... We just pulled the exact same thing that we did last time. Pretty much. We got another Excalibur, even. Okay. Well, I think that's, like... I don't think we really need that Excalibur, so we could toss that back down. Let's see. We definitely don't need this many spears. We can toss one of those down. Well, actually, I mean... Well, I could probably use it by this point. I'll hold on to it. We might not have like a really good pull here, and I don't want to spend, forever considering what we're gonna grab, because I don't want to be here forever. We definitely don't need another brave bow, but I have to sneeze, so I'm gonna mute and keep looking at stuff. How was it without me? Was it terrifying? I'm sure it was. I'm sure you all miss me. So anyway, continuing on, what do we have to give up here? We only need like a little more because we used 2 silver level items and then a brave bow. Brave weapons really go for a lot. The reason I gave up the silver blade last time is because I knew we would be replacing it. And since we have, take a look around here. I could get rid of the Killer Lance. I'm not using it. So, how much is left? Iron? Yes, perfect. Down you go. Never thought you'd see the day where we get a 5-star pull by tossing an iron weapon down the well. But today's that day. So let's go ahead and get our training done. We have not upgraded any of our more recent, well, re-obtained emblems. So there's not really any emblem training we need to do. Is there anyone that needs to make level 20? No. I mean, Allcrest is level 19, but we would not make it in time. So let's just try to get a couple levels out of this.
I'll be your opponent. It's your favorite Illusian retainer, Rosado.
Alright. That was simple.
Somehow I won.
Try a better weapon next time, perhaps. Ding, ding, ding. Conversation available. Alright, what's next? What's next? Who is close? Anyone? Oh, Jean's close. We could get another level here.
I'm, Jean. Should I really be here?
Meditation complete.
Jade. We can definitely beat Jade.
Well, this isn't funny enough to write about.
I think I've grown up a little.
Nice. And it was enough. Very good level. Obviously, could have used the strength. We always love strength, but not the worst thing in the world. I actually noticed that Jean has a decent amount of magic. 17 magic isn't bad. I mean, we're at the point where we can reasonably use the spear. Our build is a little to be desired. But we can reasonably use it. So I would be willing to drop the javelin for a magic lance coming soon, perhaps. Let's go with... Hortensia already has her level 5 skill, so there's no point. Let's just train Seedall. He's gonna get his ass kicked, but that's fine.
We were fated to meet.
I am Zelkov.
Alright, yep,
That
you're
is
dead.
all you need to know.
That is all I need to know. I am dead. Got a little bit of EXP there. That's all we wanted. Alright, so that's all we needed here. We are done with the training. So I will see you guys when I'm done with the chores and ready to move on with our paralogue. So I will see you in a minute. Alrighty, we are back, and I have some stuff here at the smithy I would like to resolve. First things first, let's go down to the Worm Slayer. I want to go ahead and upgrade the Worm Slayer. It's actually a pretty good weapon. It's just a little niche, but its stats overall are pretty solid. Little bit on the hefty side, but we do have people like Diamant that can wield this just fine. Kagetsu would also probably be another good candidate if you're using him. So we're going to refine that. And I also have an engraving I would like to change over. You see, I am done with this tome. Sorry, Thunder. You have served me well, but you are done for. We're coming down here to Thoron. You see, Thunder is just 10 damage. Thoron is 18. But, wait, I hear you crying. Why would you do this? You are getting a double with Thunder. So you would do more damage with Thunder than you would with Thoron. Well, no longer are we going to be getting a double with the Thunder Tome because we have a new pairing. Ivy now has her permanent ring present because I am pairing her with Celica.
Celica, yes.
Overall, this is a decent pairing. She doesn't really make use of the strength, and that's fine. It's not a huge deal. The key thing about Celica and what we're excited for here is that the Warp Ragnarok has a +5 distance, which actually can make all the difference sometimes. So I think that overall this is a pretty decent pairing. You get the magic stat which you want. Resistance is really nice, especially since we're wanting to be a bulkier, kind of tanky unit. And the weapons are not bad for Ivy at all. Obviously, both Seraphim and Ragnarok are going to do good damage, and then the healing staff is really nice. So, let us go ahead and get on out of here. Let's go to the world map. Obviously, we have the new map to worry about right there, smack dab in the middle, as well as a new paralogue. Also, some changes. Yeah, we don't care about those. Where are we headed? Well, not there. I know that is a map we could do, but we're not going there just yet. We're going... Is it down? Oh, no, there it is. There it is, right here. You're going to the Binding Grounds. Let's go. Paralogue, the Young Lion.
Where are we? I don't recognize it.
It looks like... No, it couldn't be.
Roy, do you know this place?
I may be seeing what I want to see instead of what's truly there. But it's very similar to a place where I once fought an important battle.
Oh, do you mean in the world you're from? Could you tell me about it?
I stood there, my allies at my side, facing down the armies of the Kingdom of Bern. The enemy's commander was Murdoch, who was especially strong, tactically and physically. His battle axe. The power and weight of its blows are etched forever in my memory. It was a battle so grueling, I can hardly believe that I or anyone else managed to survive. But bitter as it was, I hold fond memories of that day as well.
It must be an important point in time for you.
Yes, you could say that. I admit I feel a bit energized standing here. Would you grant me an odd request? Battle me here, in this place.
Battle you? But why?
This place is from my memory, but I believe it is a trial meant for you. Achieve a glorious victory against me, and our bond will grow deeper still. My power will grow, and yours will too. Are you interested?
All right. I'll fight you. And I'll win.
That we shall, but it is not going to be easy. As Roy said, this was quite the difficult battle for him, and he's not going to make it super easy on us. So hopefully, our advancement in levels is going to ease things up for us a bit. Now, Panette has lost her ring that she's wanting to use here. We could swap back to Ike, and that wouldn't be bad, but since we have an alternate, this is what situations like this are for. Why we have the alts. Now let's go ahead and hop into the inventory. Diamant, I of course want you to pick up that sword. You're not using the hammer right now. Though there might be some armor units around here, and hammer actually would be good. Taking a look at this map, this is actually a very flyer-heavy map. So it's what we're going to want to be careful for. There are some armor knights, but we do have magic, so we don't need a hammer. We'll be fine without it. Worst comes to worst, by the time we actually get down here and we're wanting to deal with Roy and his armor knights, we can always just access the convoy. So we'll be fine. I believe that is it in the way of items I want to switch around. Wait, I don't think I actually equipped Ivy with her new tome. Yeah, she still has Thunder. But get that out of here. That would be especially bad. Let's grab that Thoron now. I'll take that for sure. And then Excalibur. I mean, I guess you don't need a vulnerable. Well, okay, I like healing items on units I use as a tank because when they do take damage, especially someone like Ivy who's definitely going to take damage, she's not going to full resist everything that hits her. I like having ways to restore HP. Now, granted, I think we're done with vulneraries. We have a ton of them and we don't need them. At this point, we could probably start relying on elixirs. So, go ahead and take one of those. You don't need that. Don't that. Everything oh, Illume. Yeah, get rid of Illume. I don't know that we will need that ever again. And honestly, thank God for that. Let's go with a nice little physique. I believe this is the staff you had prior. Everything else should be good because inventories don't typically change, thanks to no durability. I will send Diamant this way. Mind you, we don't actually need to use the Worm Slayer here. We have a weapon that will probably be better, in fact, but we'd have to engage for it. The Parallel Falchion is actually 1 point weaker, but 157. Actually, maybe it's Parallel Falchion's not as good. It has a bit more crit rate, which realistically isn't worth it. After upgrading the Worm Slayer, we actually have a better weapon. Though, going forward, when I take the Worm Slayer off of Diamant, at least we will still have a way to deal with all these dragons when I put the hammer back on him. Now we're going to be dealing with magic immediately followed by armors. Now, I do want to be careful of the archers, but I think that Ivy's a good match for this. And then once we start looking at the archers, who should I send this way? There are 2 magic units, actually. There's 2 magic units on each side, but those will be dealt with immediately, so I'm going to send Gold Mary over here, and Yunaka will be the tank over here. Mind you, magic is actually the best way to beat both forms of tanking, both dodging and armor. So, we will send you this way. I think this ought to be fine. So we're good to go. And fight.
I'm looking forward to seeing how you approach this battle.
I look forward to it too, because I know things get a bit dicey from time to time. Alright, so we are sitting on 27 defense. They are dealing 41. So, there's quite a bit of damage. I think we can take all of it, especially since we are delivering kills back. Do any of you have tomahawks? Silver, 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 and it's all silver. Alright. We have an avoid rate of 83 compared to their hit rate. Okay, so we ought to dodge some as well. We should be fine. And on top of that, I actually have a plan that might help out a little bit.
Whatever you need.
I know we might take a little bit of attention away, but it'll still be fine. There we go. That's a lot better. Only like 20% hit rates now.
Me?
Yep. No, you can stand here.
Any customers?
You here.
Say
I
the
actually
word.
kind of want you hugging the wall here, because if you need to fly over and help the other group, then that would be good.
Where to?
Same goes for you. You're going to kind of hug the middle there.
Devoted.
You are just going to eat up the attention for these guys. They have Balganun, so retaliating against them will not be an issue at all. You, on the other hand, you just need to stay there.
I'll do my best.
Elixir, very nice. We actually want more of those.
How mysterious.
Go ahead and dance. Just get some EXP. Oh, and some bond. That's good too.
My will is firm.
I can fight.
There we go. That handles our turn. Nice. Alright, so we're securing the kills on these, and we're not taking much damage in return. It's the Diamant situation that was a little sketchier, but ever since we added all that avoid, I'm a lot more confident about that. Yeah, this looks much better, especially if we're getting soul procs. It's another reason why I felt good about it. You know, we did forget to switch to the Worm Slayer, but luckily these guys specifically, Folkmonger is just killing them. There are going to be some lance dudes that we're having to fight, and those I was a little more worried about.
Victory is mine.
Part of the reason why I gave him the Worm Slayer, which actually, since we're looking at it,
Is that the sound of huge wings? It sounds like wyverns. They might be reinforcements for Roy's troops. I should advance with caution.
since I'm thinking about it, perhaps it would have been a better equipped to a Leer. I mainly got honed in on the build I would need to use it, but I would actually be fine. I'm only losing a little bit of speed, and a Leer is a speed demon. So if Folkmonger is killing these guys with no issue, yeah, maybe it would have been better. Oh well. It is fine. We are doing fine. Go ahead and Dragon Rain here. Try to keep them out of the forest. That one can't get in, but that one can. And that would be a lot of avoid for him. Be fine, though. How far can you attack? So you go here. You get a free kill.
I will protect everyone.
There we
I
go.
can't believe I did that.
Anna can advance with ease now. Now these guys, we do want to go ahead and take care of them, and this is why I wanted my flyers nearby, because although Chloe is meant to be going with the other group, she's able to step over here and help out real quick, and then head right back.
To the
And then
death.
you can also just step right over here. Ivy, you can just grab this kill.
Nothing left of you.
Good stuff. It is always a shame seeing the Olwen ring go, because it's such a powerful ring, and you definitely make arguments as to why it's better than certain emblem rings, like just even Celica. Celica has an amazing engage attack, but in some cases, you know, you could argue very much that just Olwen, just singular skill is just better. But I do think that Celica is a very strong emblem, and I don't regret getting rid of it. I also think that we made a lot of good use out of the Olwen ring, so we don't need it anymore. Actually, I have a clever way. I have something I'm gonna do here. Could be super clever. You'll see, you'll see.
Was that too much?
That was the one that actually got into the forest, so that's good. Nice. Inaka just took care of that stuff just fine. And of course, we're not taking damage from these guys. It's more so the accuracy is the issue. But it puts them in a range where they can just be swarmed and deleted. So that much we are happy with. These guys will also move up into range. That is cause for concern, though, because those guys can get to us fast. And I'm not quite ready for them. Gold Mary, on the other hand, doesn't really care, if we're being completely honest. So what I need is Diamant to get up there. And I think that this is going to be a waste of a staff. I think that this is such a clever play that I want to do it anyway. So you don't need to move super far, so you can just stand right here. I want you to warp Diamant up here. And Diamant, we've decided that your Folkvanger is good enough to deal with these wyverns, and that Alir would benefit from it more. But we also don't want to restart the chapter, so why don't you just pick up a new item? You can hold on to that elixir and send that Wormslayer back. Then you can come down here. Yeah, you're not scared of that shit whatsoever. And in fact, we'll just double down on all this, give you a Dragon Vein and everything. Must have been Bond. I think you're maxed out. Yeah. All of those Dragon Veins just maxing out the Bond instantly. I think we might be good over here. I think those guys have plenty of resources. It's down here where things might get a little dicey. Alir should be good to go at this point, though. So what we can do is we can let Alir go ahead and grab one kill here. Just to make sure our numbers are working out. And then we run up, we dance, we back off. And we run up here. We can actually make it into this forest, which is perfect. And I will grab from the convoy. We'll get rid of the vulnerary because we don't need it. I grab the Wormslayer. Our damage will go down a little bit comparatively, but that's fine. What I want to know is, it says my avoid is going down by how much? Alright, that's fine. We have the time crystal. It's fine. Okay. Just wanted to look at liberation. We have an avoid of 114. So now, if we were to take it... Okay, so we're losing 9. take it. And I'm going to equip it. Okay. We can actually see the numbers now, and it's not that bad. We're fine. Just wait there. You'll be okay. Because technically, he also has dragon effective weapons. Though Amir is definitely going to open him up to a lot more damage, and we're not a fan of that. You can come right here and get a free kill. One that Gold Mary may not have secured because of the low accuracy. Then definitely our mages will just destroy these guys.
I will not forget your loss.
Easy peasy. Okay, that's as far as you get, so as long as Gold Mary moves, it'll be fine. You're dead too. Alright, so we stabilized that, and Alir should be able to handle all of those wyverns, so we're good to go.
I will atone.
Did we waste a warp staff for it? Yeah. But I never end up using all of them anyway, so I don't think I really care. It'll be fine. I think they've stabilized enough where they don't need Chloe. But I mean, they also don't need Chloe. I mean, I guess I'll put her over there just in case. Alright, so there's a topic that is not on the list I want to talk about, because something during the chores reminded me of, well, I wouldn't say reminded me, because I hadn't intended to talk about it in the first place. It's more just like something that came up, and I thought, you know, it's not an especially interesting topic, but it's, you know, it is something that pretty much all of us experience. We all know what we're talking about here. Let's talk about pizza. Yep, you're damn right. I'm interrupting Fire Emblem for a talk about pizza. So, what brought this up? Well, when I was doing the chores, I had Bonet make us a pizza. It's apparently something he's especially skilled at because we got a double S rating, which is very good. We got +2 to like 4 different stats, and that was for all units, so I'm glad I sent Chloe that way. Holy. Things are dicey now. Okay. So, pizza's gonna have to go on hold. Let's see here.
Our foes are strong.
Yes, they are, but we knew that going into this. It can barely, just barely miss the kill there. This stuff up here I'm not worried about at all. So honestly, what I kind of want to do, your 6 move, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You can kill this guy. You would just need this guy deleted. Can you delete them with magic? Because they are locked to their melee. Yes, you can. Good
All
stuff.
flowers eventually wilt.
Which means you can come down here, give her another turn to do exactly that again. Go ahead and kill you.
You were beautiful while you
Getting
lasted.
those nice Ignis procs, gotta love that. Your job is this, because that needs to be taken care of. We gotta get rid of the Armor Knight, so Ivy, you gotta delete that. Thankfully, a lot of these guys are melee weapons, so you know what to expect with them, and they don't have any weird ranges that you also need to prepare for. Next up, though, we do need to take care of this wyvern. Luckily, Jean does have the damage for it. Nice little critical hit just to lock it up in one. Then he can back off. And then I can just run up here and clap this guy.
I am guided by the emblems.
Break makes it so I don't even have to take any more damage. We also got Sword of the Creator now. So, Sword of Emblem Byleth, it raises the damage with the user's magic. So that is, I don't actually use Byleth a ton as like an offensive emblem. So I didn't even remember that the Sword of the Creator did that in this game. Could be interesting on some more like mixed attacky type units. Maybe maybe Saline. Saline's more magic oriented though, so depends on the conversion rate of damage with magic. But probably just want the Levin sword. So yeah, I mean, Sword of the Creator is good mainly because it's 1 to 2 range. That's the point of it. It's also effective against dragons. Pretty solid weapon. Does much what the Binding Blade does as well. I think I prefer the Binding Blade, not specifically because it's the Binding Blade, but because it's attached to Roy. And Roy is definitely going to offer us a lot more than Byleth does in the way of damage. Pretty easy kill. You get the same thing because I gave you that wind tome. Yeah, you're dead. Goodbye.
Thank you.
Okay. Next up, how do we want to handle this? It might be engage time because I don't think we're killing these guys. So what I can do is I can tell them all to stay still.
I've made my choice.
Go ahead and do that because there ought to be some emblem energies around here anyway, and I haven't engaged anywhere else. So it's not like we are hurting for emblem energy. Also, plenty of time for the map to continue on and get more hits if we have to do it that way. Alright, so you can come on over here. Get an easy kill. Want to use the axe since there's some lance guys over here we're wanting to cover for. And I think if I can get away with it, I'd like to, yeah, use the revanche here. Because I don't want to get broken by the follow-up lance wyverns. And that crit is going to lock things up pretty nicely. Very much enjoying the revanche now that we got the Corin engraving on it. I seem to remember it took us a while to put that on there, when really shouldn't have. Should have known we were doing that. It's also a pretty safe kill, unless that guy's a longbow. He doesn't. And we could just try to snatch this kill real quick. We only have Elf Thunder, so we may as well just attack from here. Nobody needs healing anyway. Alright, so why did I want to talk about pizza? Let's get back to the important things here. Why do I want to talk about pizza? Well, because the pizza that he made, that Bunet made, is not my kind of pizza. As a matter of fact, it's not really made very often here in the United States. Some very specific places you could find it. But, like, you gotta find some very traditional type of pizza joints.
You put up a good fight.
I'm talking about, it's the same type of pizza that you would find in Italy. Now,
Nothing short of victory.
people are gonna say, you want the best Italian food in the world, you go to Italy. And that includes pizza. Look, I'm just gonna put it out there. Big old globs of cheese rather than cheese that has been finely shredded and dispersed across my pizza. You know, I just don't think it's gonna do it for me. You know, maybe I'm in the wrong here. Maybe people are going to hate me for saying Italian pizza just doesn't look very good.
I hear you.
It looks like it's just a bunch of sauce, and toppings are like an afterthought. So, I just don't know that I care for some bread with some sauce on it. You know, if I wanted bread with sauce on it, I'd get some bread with sauce. But I don't want bread with sauce. I want a pizza. This is the part where the hammer would have been good. How much damage can I do with thunder? You know what? We'll be fine. We could do a little bit of a chip here. Here we go. We'll get the... Does this do anything to armors? Well, I can't check for some reason, but okay. Let's just get the... Let's get a little bit of chip.
I'll help.
Go doink, and a little extra bit of doink. And now you're debuffed. We do some better damage to you, hopefully. But that's not all I wanted to talk about with pizza. I want to talk about what is your favorite pizza? And this is going to be the comment question of the day. I'm not talking about just where. We also got to talk about type. So, yes, where you're getting your pizza from is an important question. And I have two pizzas that I prefer. I do have one that is perhaps a hot take of a pizza that I hate. Maybe it's better where you guys are, but we'll start with the negativity, of course. We got to start with negative. I hate Pizza Hut. You know, they say that you can't out-pizza the Hut. I say that everyone out-pizzas the Hut. It's actually not very difficult to out-pizza the Hut. In my personal opinion. But that's, that's for you to decide. If you disagree, then that's fine. This is not working out for me. What if we give you a little rally before you head off? How do you feel now? Oh, hell yeah. I just turned that from a sticky situation to a kill. That's awesome.
There's nothing to fear.
So, all right. I'll put my money where my mouth is. What is my favorite place to get a pizza? Well, there's two places. It kind of depends on the type of pizza. The type of pizza that I'm in the mood for. Sometimes you don't want like a good, clean, super well-made pizza. Sometimes you just want a nice, oily, sloppy, greasy pizza to just hit you right there in the taste buds.
Goes.
Yep. You look up unhealthy in the dictionary, you get a nice sloppy, oily pizza. Sometimes that's what you want. You're just in the mood for it. And let me tell you, I know a good place where you can get a nice oily pizza, and that is it's not a it's actually not a pizza joint. It is primarily a gas station. Casey's I guess they just call themselves Casey's. It's an apostrophe S, so I would assume that there's a second word there, but I don't think that there is. Just Casey's. So anyway, Casey's joint, whatever you want to call it. They got some good pizza. Let me tell you, just a nice plain pepperoni. That's some good stuff. I will tell you that right now. I have a lot. I have a lot of dragons nearby me, and I really need to take a drink of water. Don't want to put the controller down.
Please protect us.
Some animations going. Okay. Starting to unscrew the cap. But I have another pizza that I want to talk about. I'll get to it when I have a chance. Trying to kill some dragons here. Also trying to get a drink of water.
This will hurt.
Okay. I got a little bit. Can I kill you with the Brave Lance? We cannot. Okay. I think instead of rallying, something that might help me more is just having 2 turns with Saline. Because she can kill both of these guys.
I'm here.
Okay. Then you can actually get over here. It's really good. I don't need to move anybody out of the way. Get you dead. I want to make sure that everyone is killable here, which is why I'm not continuing just yet. Luck, okay. What are all the ones that Alear can reach? It's just this one, right? Yeah, it's just this one. Well, since Alear can definitely get a kill, we are going to use him.
I'm not afraid anymore.
Now, I know that we still have... Yeah, we have 2 flyers here. Nobody else can reach. It might be Lin time. We have a bunch of emblem energies here, so I think it's fine. Yeah, we'll go ahead and grab Lin. And we'll just go ahead and delete one. Get rid of that guy. It doesn't matter which one. Because Ivy can reach all of them.
I need to get stronger until no one can beat me.
You can only reach this one, so that one needed to stay alive, actually.
I'm sorry.
Go. And honestly, you can just move forward because this guy is dead. Dead as hell. Alright. So, a little more details on this Casey's pepperoni pizza. Alright? Yes, you have heard how I've described it, but... So I've told you where I want it from, but why pepperoni? Why is that my pizza of choice? Well, I will say, pepperoni is my go-to, I'm not trying to cause trouble pizza. So, if somebody's gonna say, yo, I'm getting some people together, you are included, trying to figure out what pizzas we're getting, what do you want? Well, obviously, I give my detailed order of what I would like. And that may cause some problems. Or, I can be nice and simple. I can say something that pretty much everybody likes. It may not be their favorite, but it is a nice, neutral option. If you look up pizza on the emojis list, it's a pepperoni pizza. Everybody knows pepperoni pizza, okay? That's my go-to. Just get me some pepperoni. And it's good. I like it that way. But, let's Let's get a little creative, shall we? If I can order any pizza I want, and from wherever I want, what pizza am I getting? Well, lately, I will say that. Because there was a time where this was not the case. Lately, the answer has been Domino's. All right. Chill. Get out of the damn comment section. We're not done yet, okay? You can comment why you hate that answer and what your answer is later. Right now, it's my turn. Let me explain. Domino's, once upon a time, was one of the worst pizzas I had ever had the displeasure of tasting. But then something happened. I was in college. I was in a Bible study, okay? So I show up. And the guy who's leading the Bible study, he ordered some pizzas. And he got it from Domino's. And I'm sitting here thinking, oh man, how do I tell this guy? Like, I can't eat this. It is beneath me. It's filth. It is meant only for garbage. But you know what? I'm a gentleman. I'm not simply going to snub food that has been so gracefully purchased for me to consume. So, I'll eat it. I'll eat a slice. And let me tell you, that stuff was delicious. I don't know what happened to Domino's Pizza from my teenage years to my college years, my 20s. I don't know what they did, but they did it right, because Domino's is great now. So I'm not sitting here just saying like, oh yeah, Domino's, they're great, and if you don't think so, then they've always been great. What the hell's wrong with you? No. No, they used to suck. They used to be one of the worst. But they're good now, and they're one of my favorites. But what kind of pizza am I getting if I'm going to Domino's? I'm just ordering for myself. What am I getting? Well, I'm thinking, I believe their preset that you gotta order in order to get it this way. Okay, yeah, I want Allchrist in order to debate this, so just give me a minute. We're moving things along. If I'm ordering a pizza from Domino's and I'm getting anything I want, they have it called the Memphis Barbecue Chicken Pizza. And it's not that I want exactly that. It's just that this is the baseline. Let's engage.
I'm sorry you're stuck with me.
This is the baseline of where we're starting, and now we're customizing the pizza, okay? We're getting rid of the onion. I don't like the onion. Onions are great as, like, you know, when they're minced, like in a risotto or something. You can't really detect them. You're not getting that crunch. Just a nice little addition to the flavor, you know? That's where onions are good. But when I'm biting into a pizza and I'm getting a crunch, no. Nope, sorry, you're wrong. Not even the bread should be crunchy. No. It is enough that it's cooked. You don't want dough, but you don't want crunch either. You know, a nice, soft, spongy, fluffy bread. So, I think we're good here. Just let them come. That's what you want, all right? So we get rid of the onion. Oh, we got more reinforcements, but we'll be fine. We're rushing Roy at this point. You want to get rid of the onion. We're adding pepperonis. Because look, just because we're not doing a pepperoni pizza anymore doesn't mean that we just get rid of the best pizza topping there is, okay? So we gotta get the pepperoni back on the pizza. We gotta get rid of the meteor fabrication because he's annoying. We just kill him out of nowhere. Gone, dead.
A good wind.
Did he have money? He did have money. That's why we killed him. What else you gotta do? We gotta start messing around with the cheese, alright? You can't just have, like, normal cheese. We are doing... We're adding some feta cheese, okay? Feta cheese, for those of you who don't know, feta cheese is nice and sweet. You gotta get that sweetness, alright? That's what we're doing. And I think that's enough, because you don't want to overload your pizza, right? You don't want too many things. Those supreme pizzas with like everything on it, you don't want that. That's no good. No. You just want a nice, simple, few topping pizzas. All right, and that's what we're doing. That is my order of choice. Okay. I do want to get the debuff on Roy, but Yunaka would be better as a finisher. We want to start with big damage when we're attacking Roy because he has holdout +++, which is to say he has to have specifically 1 HP in order to go down. He will always live on 1 HP if he did not have 1 HP before this. So we gotta get somebody in there that can just finish him here. Like, would finish him. I think Chloe can do it. We'll get him Chloe in there. If I remember right, if you use a combat art, or not a combat art, excuse me. If you use an engage attack, you don't get to canter after it. My memory is failing me here. Bensalier does not do it. How about Arid Bar? Arid Bar does not do it. What about if I am using specifically Atrocity? Atrocity does do it. I just gotta hit him. There we go. And then, yes, we come over here with Yunaka. We grab this. Nice little chip.
It's over.
Not only knocks him out for that health bar, but it also gives us a debuff. He's a lot easier to take down now. His defense are actually higher. What the hell? Oh, it's just when that's equipped. It's plus defense and res. It's a lot better than I remember, actually. It's very nice. Part of the reason why I really like it for Alear. Because Alear is, for an MC, Alear is just oddly bulky. Like 23 defense, 17 res is nothing to scoff at. But I don't think we're actually... Oh, that's so close. Hold on, Liberation? Liberation does it. Okay. Yeah, we can get him down to 1 HP and then somebody else... Ivy. Yeah, Ivy can do it. So we're good. I did not actually check the damage he was dealing to me. I am a dragon.
My sword, the Binding Blade, was kept in this land for centuries. My memory of retrieving it must be granting me additional power.
If a memory can grant power, then I'll give you a fight we'll both remember.
It's okay, because I have holdout, so...
Still stand.
Is the Binding Blade missing the dragon effectiveness in this game? Or is Roy specifically just not doing a ton of damage to me? It's actually missing dragon effectiveness, which is strange because pretty sure it's dragon effective in its original game. I never actually finished Binding Blade. I played a lot of it, but I didn't finish it. But I guess it explains more why they gave Roy the Worm Slayer as one of his weapons. Here we go. Good stuff. We are done. Diamant and Lucina once again doing a great job. Actually, I didn't feel that they were the MVPs here, but they did kill a lot of dragons, so fair enough.
Thank you for entertaining my wish to fight. You're impressive.
You would have won if I'd slipped up even once. I never want to have you as an enemy again.
Please, you're embarrassing me.
What's wrong, Roy? You're staring.
Oh, it's just that you remind me of somebody I once knew. Her name was Idun. She was a demon dragon. And King Zephiel of Bern wished to use her to destroy humanity.
A demon dragon?
Like you, each of her eyes was of a different color. And she carried herself a bit like you too.
I never knew there was such a person. Did you battle this demon dragon?
Well, I had a choice. Kill her and wipe out the dragons. Or save her, the enemy of mankind. Can you guess which I chose?
Which was it?
I'll tell you the whole tale once this war is over, and your world is at peace.
Aww. Okay then. But you have to promise me you'll tell. I'm looking forward to the story.
I promise. Until that day comes, I think we'll enjoy our time together.
And with that, our max bond level has been unlocked, and that is really nice for Panette to go ahead and continue grinding that bond rating up. That is going to be good for her. But it's actually really good for all the people that are wanting to continue inheriting from Roy. I know a couple people who are interested in that. Of course, Alir is going to be really excited about getting more levels of holdout. It's going to be really good for him since Alir does not have built-in lifesteal like Diamant. So Diamant already has survivability. Alir does not. It's really nice to get that. Though, I will say, if you decided to keep Roy on Diamant, I think you'll find that there is pretty good synergy in being able to restore HP and having holdout, just constantly keeping you alive. That's why they're meant to be paired together. It's why they come together in their recruitment chapter. It's a really good pairing. I do recommend you try it out one of these times. It's just, I wanted to shake things up, and some things I wanted to keep pretty, like, straightforward of, yeah, this is meant to be, and other things I wanted to keep interesting. But, we are done here. We are going to move back to the Somnial. And I promise in the next episode, since I spent pretty much all of this one talking about pizza, we are done talking about pizza, even though it was a really good conversation and I was able to tell you the truth about pizza. Okay? Good. So, I will see you guys next time when we talk about pie. So I'll see you then.